Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman, Adventures with Rhiannon, Retired Slow Let's Play Kynseed. This is episode number 1. This is a wonderful little game I'll be sharing with you. I'll be explaining a few things as we go along. This is the character creation, and basically you can choose your hair and your skin, and that's it. So male, female, choose your skin color. I'm kind of showing how the different ones look, and then we will get into this gameplay. While I'm doing that, I'll just mention that Kynseed is only available on PC in the present moment, and it came out December 6th. I think I bought it within the first week, and I have absolutely loved playing this game, and I haven't gotten very far, but I thought I would start over again, and I want to share this game with you. It's definitely worth the price. I think you'll really enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy this journey with me as me and Rhiannon check this out. It starts off with a little story background that we will check out here. And there was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many kids she didn't know what to do. Then one day a man without wife or child came to the house with manners so mild. The man looked at the children, each a fair twin. "I am your uncle," he exclaimed with a grin. He took them away to live in the vale, in the land of Quill, the place of our tale. Then they slept safe, warm, and dry, under the watchful stars in the sky. The story is just marvelous, and the art is just equally marvelous. So you wake up in this dreamland. Somebody named Pott says, "Wake up." This is a tutorial that shows you how to move around. As you could see, basic stuff, WASD, and it, again, it tells you what to do. And I'm playing PC only, so I think you can use a controller with this as well. I have never used a controller, so I use a PC with a mouse and a keyboard. So you're kind of looking around here. There's really not much you could do. You're like, what the heck? So again, you're in a kind of a dream world. Most of the time there are dream sequences, and you'll know them. It's kind of clear, but in this case it definitely is clear. You're laying on your back on some kind of little dock, and there's, you're looking around. It's very foggy looking. There only seems to be one way to go. I have found so far I haven't had too many times of getting lost. So you walk through this area, and then it's like, oh boy, this doesn't feel good. What the heck here? And the guy that said wake up was Pott, and this is Pott. And you look at the text in the game, and it's fun often. It's funny often, and this guy rhymes. It's just, I think it's adorable. The humor in this game is just adorable, and some of it is so tongue-in-cheek. It's like, oh my gosh, I laugh often when I read things. What Pott tells you to do is to go into the woods of what's to come. So we're going to go in there and see what's up. In this section, you're going to choose some stat buffs, and I, honest to goodness, didn't research this very well to find out what these things do for you. Yeah, I want to raise a family, but that raises virility, but what does that mean? So, I mean, I want to do all these things. Basically, I want to raise a family and run a business based on what I know so far, but you can only pick one. And so I'm thinking, okay, what's going to help me? There is adventure in this game. There are places you have to go that you have to do some fighting. And I really hated what I've done so far, so I chose toughness. Thought maybe it'd make me a little tougher. I don't even know what that means. So as you can see, there's going to be different areas that we can choose to change for our stats. So accurately, intelligence, virility, strength. So again, I didn't research this very well. I just kind of made my best guess. I would assume that if you go to the Discord channel, which is right now the best place to get information as of January 2023, that's the best place to get information. I've used the Discord channel extensively to help me get started, but I didn't research any of this. The wiki, again, as of right now, is kind of lacking in a lot of areas. People are working on it as fast as they can, but it's a brand new game. It's only been out a month barely, and so it's going to take a while for that wiki to get caught up with information that you need. I'm finding some information in other places. I'm sure you can Google to find what you need. After you get through all that part, you're again taking a nap on this little dock, and some kind of box falls off the waterfall and kind of bumps into the dock, and it sort of wakes you up. It's like, whoa, what's there? What's going on? And you click on the box and it says open, and you get a mysterious gift. We don't know what it is. It's some kind of lens. And then we hear somebody going, hey, there you are. It says sibling. That is your twin sibling. And I've not decided if it's a male or female. I kind of think it's a female, but I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't tell you their name ever. But it's a twin, your twin sibling that you were adopted along with. This is more of the tutorial that kind of gives you more things to kind of learn about the game. Journal, for instance, she says if you want to see the journal, hit the C. So you're on the left, faded in the background, you can see that there's more things to fill in. I got 2 tasks so far: feed a pig and pick a dandelion. Those are how the tasks look. And so your siblings always kind of picking at you. It's like, all right, fine. Go work on that map. You can also see the hearts down below, and I wanted to show, look at the map real quick. This is the Willowdown Farm, which you are currently at. This is where you move to when you get adopted, and so we'll learn more about that as we go. You see that we have hearts all the way to the right. That means I have full hearts with my sibling. If you have negative hearts or neutral hearts, it'll be to the middle and to the left. Again, she says, here's your backpack. So now we have an inventory that we're going to be looking at more. And we've been given a task of unlocking that map. And so she's saying, oh, this place is so wonderful. And I should be reading this to you. I'm sorry. I'm kind of giving you an overview. I will be doing more reading on this game that I have in previous games that I have done. I did a poll and I asked if you guys wanted me to do more reading, and the answer was yes. So if you disagree with that, you have to tell me, or go to my community tab and do the poll. So again, this is more of a tutorial telling you what to do, how to interact. And again, she's just, I'm going to go toil in the soil, need to get our crop squares. Okay, so whatever. And now we've got another task, meet Uncle Bill. So you can see your tasks, you can click on each one and it gives you more information on how to do what it is you're supposed to be doing. So there we are. There is no more exclamation marks above your sibling's head, and that means that you are done currently with any dialogue that they might have. Around the world, you're going to find these books. Some fey creatures go against the grain of secrecy and sometimes show themselves in time of need. The brownie has been known sometimes to make itself known. Again, I went too fast on that. I'm sorry. I'll try to read these books a lot slower, or make sure that you can see them to kind of read them. Books do go in your inventory, so you can go back and read them. When you find a new item like an apple, or in this case a pear, it tells you what that item is. So you don't have to guess. Is that a cherry? Is that a pear? No, it's an apple, because it had told me that's what apple looked like. So that's a gassy apple. And there's all kinds of uses for these. One tip is to pick up every single thing you can find anytime you see something to pick up. Harvest it, pick it up from the trees or the bushes or whatever. You will find a use for it. There is no limit to your inventory. Of what you show in your inventory on the bar down there is. We were told to feed this pig, and so I'm thinking, okay, let's give the pig a pear. You can see it put a little thing above it. It gives that creature or that person a stat when they eat something. I've got those little things floating around telling me to look at things. Right now we want to talk to Uncle Bill. Are you settling in? I hope you're not finding chores too much of a bother. Not that's why I brought you here. Me and the aunt always wanted children, but we never were blessed. If she were only here now, she always loved this time of year. The festival of summertime is coming up soon, and the whole of the vale is preparing for it. Us too. We need the goddess Drura to smile on us. And you can see that once I finished talking with Uncle Bill, it said completed talking Uncle Bill. You can ask people a couple of things. How are you and what's happening? You can also give them a gift. When you give somebody a gift, it helps or hurts your reputation. I'm getting 13 friend points with Uncle Bill. We have 2 hearts now, and I'm shooting for 3. When you give someone a gift, often they will give you a tip of some kind. Sometimes it's not important, sometimes it's very important. So always read those tips that people give you for information. Again, strawberry, first one I picked up, blueberry, first one I picked up, and so it told me what it was. And down below I saw one of those fairy things floating around this weird stone. It's a map stone, yay! And it says I have found one on this particular map, meaning the farm here, and that there's another one. Here's a dandelion. Picking a dandelion puts a clock on my screen, and the largest seed points to the current hour. Okay, there's only 12 hours showing, but you have to pick another one during the day sometime. So right now, I think it is, let's see, 12:01, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So there are books to read, as I mentioned. What is a trader? What are those strange little symbols you see above people's head when you give them items? Why, it's a trait. So remember I mentioned the pig had something sticking up? That was a trait that's temporary based on the pear that I gave him. So each thing that you have, each fruit, each food that you have, you'll end up with flowers and all kinds of things that you can eat or other people can eat, and it will give you a temporary trait. We'll learn more about this area. Always look for these proverbs. They look like little twinkling pieces of paper on the ground, and you can kind of look at them really quickly. Cockadoo, it tells you what it is. Those stay in your inventory, and you can refer back to them later. So, oh, look at this. I found another map stone, and it says the area is open now. So now you can see the whole map of the Willowdown farm. Each of the areas that we are going to be playing in is going to have a map. And here's our calendar. Today's the first day of summer and year number 1. And you can, as we go along, we'll be adding things to our calendar. The only other thing was showing was Uncle's birthday on the 6th. So we'll be adding them as we go. There's a beautiful rivers and fish ponds. I just think the art here is so pretty. Here's another book, and again, these books can go into your, here's the talks about the Druda, am I saying that right? The goddess Druda, Neda, Fael. There's different ones, and these come into play, and they're very, very important. So I thought that we should take a little look at this book real quick and find out what these are. And again, you can go back and read these books later because they're going to stay in your inventory. And it is advised that you read everything correct. See these different goddesses that we're going to be utilizing. There's 6. So interesting. There's so much to this game, and it's so well written, and I hope you enjoy all the things that I'm going to show you. You close it, the book goes away, the book's in my inventory. So the little fairy sparkly things are saying, hey, come over here, and just kind of show me different places to look. There's another dandelion. I didn't need to pick that one up, but I could, so I did. So I don't know if there's going to be useful later or not. There's a little book over here. I want to check this out. Another proverb. These are proverbs, but what they do is basically tell you what things are and what they're used for. So it told me about a nightberry, and it gives you hints and tips on what a nightberry is. This is called a homestone. Each home has its own stone. It tells who lives there and your relationship with those people. So I have 1 heart left to go to be top relationship with Uncle Bill. And here's a lock thing we can't get into. Truffles, the pig, ate the key to that. So it said, find a way to get the key. Okay. I see there was a proverb up there I can't reach yet. So obviously there's going to be a way for me to reach the proverb. So now if you will look at the clock, it looks like it's 4 o'clock. This is the stove where we're going to be able to cook things. We don't have what we need yet to cook anything. This is going to be some kind of a pantry that we'll use when we're older. There was a lantern on the table. I picked it up and it went into my inventory. Again, just click on anything that you can see to click on. So this is cool. It's telling you many keys that become useful in the game as you play. I'm not going to read them here. Some of you are going to have controllers, some of you will have, but I did try the one. It's like, okay, hitting F3, put up any useful thing that is in your area that you're standing in, and you can click and find out information about it. So very useful. And 4 o'clock. Look at my dandelion. It's kind of, the 4 o'clock one is kind of looking like it went away. Now it is 5 p.m. I think. Yeah, it's 5 p.m. So again, you get a 12-hour clock, or 12 hours for each dandelion. If you're up past the time that the dandelion expires, you need to get another dandelion. Here's a book over here about animals. So it kind of gives you some information about your animals. We can bring up a list of all your pets unowned by pressing the tab key. So I did. The only one we have is Truffles the pig. You can summon your animals to help you in like if you're in battle, or if you just want them with you for some reason, you can call them. And hopefully won't be battling too terribly much. So I noticed that Truffles the pig left us some poo. We can use this bucket and collect it. And if you think about that, what that might be used for, the answer is fertilizer. So we can fertilize these plots where we can grow crops. And you can see if it's fertilized, they kind of sparkle. So that makes it nice. And I'm not really sure. I think it has to do with quality. Haven't studied it too much, but I wanted to show you that that's what it can do. Depending upon what you feed your pig, it will give you fertilizer. So I'm looking here at my inventory to see what I have so far. I've got that lantern. I wanted to move it over there to my 0 key on my keyboard, and I kind of move things around. As we get more things, we will put more things in our inventory there to make it more convenient for us. And these are relating to the keys on your keyboard. So 1 through 0 if you're left to right. And I noticed our cabbage, we had cabbage down here. So, okay, we will pick the cabbages because they are ready. And we pick up a watering can. Again, it was sparkling, so I assumed it was for us. And we're going to harvest these carrots. Again, we don't know for sure what anything's going to be used for, and that's okay. We'll figure this out. So you can see you've got quite a few plots of land or plots to plant things, and you cannot put more down. That's all you get. Another book, Clear as Folk. It is truth locally knowledge that there is no place more peaceful, tranquil, and lush than Quill, nor people as friendly, helpful, and oblivious as Quillians. And if you want to live a full life, avoid the pitfalls others have fallen into in the past. I'm sorry. I'll let you read this later. I'll get better about this on reading the books and slowing down so that you can learn more things. Go out, learn, explore, and you can't lead a horse to water because they are extinct. I thought that was pretty funny. So I'll try to slow down on that. I do apologize. This is my first video and my first playthrough on this game, so I'll get better on that. So be patient with me and please continue to follow along. And while I'm looking around here, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. It lets me know that what I'm doing people find valuable, and also it lets YouTube like me better. So I'm kind of wandering around here just looking. Look at that lovely fish pond. Fish pond. I also come over here. This is where we woke up and we walked across. So we got lots of lovely lavender weeds there. It looks like there's a place to go up north, but I don't want to go up there yet. I really want to look at the farm first before we adventure out. It looks like it is almost 7 p.m. and I want to pet the cow. Hello, Butterscotch the cow. I think I'll give you something to eat. So I'm not sure if we're supposed to be feeding the cow, but look at the traits it gave the cow when I gave it a carrot. And there's a beehive over here. There's another little pond for fishing. Just kind of looking around the map a little bit, making sure I haven't missed any proverbs or books that are tucked away. I read a tip that to find books, if you walk around in the evening times when it's darker, they're easier to see. And there's a nice big pond right up there. And I wanted to see up top, look, as a proverb up to the left. I can't reach it yet. And there's another planting area here, but you can't plant things, but things grow and you do need to harvest them. You are adopted as a child, so it's really kind of the tutorial period. And you have to go to bed no later than 11 p.m. and you have to sleep until 6 a.m. When you sleep, it saves your game. I'm kind of showing you here, there's 3 beds in the house, and I don't know that it matters which one you sleep in. Again, I was looking at my tasks and I currently do not have any. Looking at the calendar, we're still in the first day. What I started to say is that you do have to go to bed by 11. And again, these are things we can't use right here. There's a calendar, there's like a library thing or something. All of these things become usable as you advance in the game. So my sibling isn't asleep in that bed, so I'm going to sleep in this one. And if you go to bed before 11, you can only sleep, you may be able to sleep for an hour, but you really do need to sleep all night till 6 a.m. And it auto saves your game, and it looks like that maybe it's not morning yet, and that is correct. We're having this strange dream, it looks like. Okay, what's going on? Not sure, a little bit nervous about it. As dreams often are a little bit scary. And here, oh, look at that. We click on that, and it apparently is a seed that needs to be planted in the ground. And again, it's a dream. And, uh-oh, who's that creepy guy? Fairweather, do you fear the shadows, my child, or do you feel them calling you? You should hold them close and listen. The Kynseed has chosen you for greatness. We'll speak again in summertide fades. Close your eyes will be opened. Now wake up. Okay, Fairweather, huh? Well, he doesn't seem very happy-dappy. I don't know. He's kind of scary. Wake up the first morning. We have 2 brass waiting to collect, and it's on our nightstand. That is because we completed 2 tasks the day before. We get, and Bill's paying us to do chores and tasks and things. So it's a way to get money. Today's task, we need to pick a dandelion and feed the pig. Again, if you click on each one, it tells you how to do it. And she goes, oh, I hear you're off to the village. I hear, don't get lost. Oh yes, before I forget, use the bubble help yet? That's F3. And so she's again reminding you about the bubble helps. And I hit F3 and you click on each one, as you can see. The asterisk is still above I say her, but still above your sibling's name. That means there's more conversation than we can have with them. Remember, be in bed by 11. When you become an adult, that changes. So we can talk to Bill. Bill says, good morning. Sounded like you had a restless dreams. A good day's work is the best cure for that. If you're going to be ready for summertime, we need the farming. A new tin bucket. Here's 3 brass, should cover it. I've unlocked the west and south gates. Watch out for old Herbert. If you go west, he's not a pretty sight. And you have a letter in the mailbox. That's already more mail than I've gotten all year. Anytime you have post, you'll see the mailbox will be having a flag there. Oh, and the that-away will help you if you get lost. So we'll learn about the that-away later. I didn't give enough time to read all this. The fairies kind of show you how to get places if you need help. That's your status. And I can see that I'm 13. My sibling's 13. Uncle Bill is 55. And if you look at the veil, that's the only people we know. So there's different places that we will be going, and we will be meeting people, and they will show up on that list. And go off to the village, be friendly to folk, and you'll be sure to go far. It's telling you also if you give them gifts, it makes friends sometimes. But sometimes gifts are not good. It hurts your relationship. And so I'm going to give Uncle Bill a carrot. I got 9 friend points for that carrot. And he says, appreciate the gesture. Have you ever seen Fred Barleycorn bounce through the meadow fields in autumn? He's quite a sight. So you get a little tip when you give a gift. Since my sibling is already highest relationship, I don't see the point of giving the sibling a gift. Goodbye. She reminds you, don't forget to get the bucket. We're supposed to buy a bucket. Here's the mailbox, a letter from Twig. My name is Twig. I'm inviting you for a visit. I got told you make a great friend. I live north of your farm, just across the river. My hut is on the top. So we're supposed to meet Twig, and that is a new task. We're also supposed to go get a tin bucket and feed the pig. You can feed them anything you want. I decided to give the dandelions because dandelions are so incredibly plentiful. You're going to get hundreds of them. And it also gives the pig flatulence, which creates poo, the poo that you pick up with a bucket. And you can see it steaming down there. And it's really comical. But at the same time, that's fertilizer. So I went ahead and did it. So I'm going to continue to feed the pig the dandelions. You use them, they have other uses. The clock obviously is one, but there's other uses for it, so we find out. I didn't click right. So again, I was looking at my task list trying to figure out what I want to do first. Obviously dandelion. Eventually you're going to stop getting that reminder to pick up the dandelion. It's kind of getting you to pick up the dandelions, pick up the dandelions. So again, I think they make good pig food, but they also put your clock up on your screen. Now we just left town, and there's somebody standing there. Somebody with an orange star over their head means we haven't met them yet. This is a wanderer, and I'm not sure what the wanderer's purpose is. They don't tell me much usually, and they don't have a name. Interrupted your blessing. Okay. And she kind of gives you a tip about the goddess statue over there, which we'll get to that in time. I wanted to mention here that I had accidentally clicked on a button that put these, every time I pass something like a sign or a person or anything on the ground, it basically tells you what it is. I figure it out later how to turn it off, but I'm sorry here that I had it on the beginning, and so it'll go away. So I have a task to buy a tin bucket, and look at all these people with stars. It means I haven't met them yet. So I want to say hi to them. You introduce yourself. Eventually you'll have a list. Remember I showed you the list of people, and the only people that we knew were our sibling and our uncle. Well, now next time I look at this list, I'll have other people like Toby Jug. And you can see he's got 1 heart. We've got 2 more to go to make best friends. Making best friends with people does a lot of things. They will send you gifts in the mail, and they will give you very important information. Some places have locked chests, and the only way to open them is to get a code. The way you get codes is making friends of the people who own the chest and continue to give them gifts. Look at that, 31 friend points for whatever it was that I gave Toby. So you want to make friends? Good idea. I heard Boot, he says Boot Winters likes blueberries, so he just gave me a tip about someone named Boots Winters. And next time I go to, when I meet Boots Winters, it'd be a good idea to give Boots a blueberry because he likes it. So you want to give people gift if you can. Most of the time you really don't know. It's kind of trial and error. Here's Teresa Brown, and again, I'm going really quickly through this. I am sorry. Down the road, I'll be slowing down a little bit more. So she's given me all kinds of information. So thank you, Teresa. Some of it's funny. Some of their conversations are really funny. Arthur Brown is just a total crack up. So anyway, before getting a bunch of tasks and things on my list, because you talk to people, there's tasks. Now I bought the tin bucket that I was sent to town to get, so that's cool. I still have Meet Twig on my inventory there. I want to come over here and meet this guy, Inkabod Moon, and he actually owns this general goods store. So they tell you a little bit something about who they are, and I'm going to give him a gift. I don't know if he likes carrots or not. We'll find out. 9 friend points. If you get no friend points, if you get negative ones, it'll have a negative sign. So he gives us a tip about rainbow mushrooms. Interesting. And a rating tip on them, how to get better ones. So that's interesting. So again, there's just so many people. I have so many people to meet in town. And that's what I want to do first, is meet people, and then I want to increase those relationships. There's a lot that you would want to do as a child, and I don't know exactly the right way of going about it. Mostly I try to meet everybody first. I try to do all the tasks that the uncle gives me, for sure, and then work on relationships as much as possible. There's traders that show up. I'm introducing myself to this trader, and he's a traveling trader and shows up at different places on different days. He's in the village here the 2nd and the 9th day of the season, and at Druid's Cross every blah blah blah. I missed it, sorry. And you can look at the stuff that he has for sale. He's got some seeds here. I have 2 golds. I can't buy anything, but I wanted to show him to you. I'm again walking around introducing myself to as many people as I can. And Edward T. Pott. And who might this be? And this is Holly Kettle. The names are so cute and funny. This game just makes me very happy and to play it. It's like, oh, how fun. The only thing I don't like is there is some combat. It's not overly difficult. I'm just not good at it. So who is this? This is Lemmy Sip. And he owns the apothecary store. We were in the general store before, now we're in the apothecary store. And part of this game, and we will get into it, is you can own stores as you get older. And so we'll be doing that. I really enjoy that part of the game. There's lots of things that I enjoy about it. Oh, here's Boots Winners. Remember what someone told us about Boots, right? So once you talk to someone, I'm going to give them a gift. And if I clicked on NPC info, it would have told me, but I saw that the blueberries were circled, and I got 31 friendship points by giving Boots a blueberry. So guess what he's going to get from now on? So the information he gives me was about parsley sprinkling on your hair. So I thought, okay, either sometimes they tell you nonsensical things, or sometimes they tell you the real tips, and I don't know which one that was. I don't have permission to take any items off this property. Once I become friends with people, you can do more. I'm clicking on the bulletin board. I'm going to add these things to my calendar. Druid Day, Good Market Event, Pig Market Event, and it's putting these on my calendar. Pig Racing Event. Aside from that, there are quests that we can pick up. And the hampered one wants 34 strawberries. It's going to take me forever till I have 34 strawberries to give away. So you can either accept it or just go back. I really debated this one because 100 friend points, that's cool. I mean, again, we want to get friends points with everyone. Looks like Arthur Brown lost a binding band in Dreamer's Nook. And so I thought about this one for a minute. Where is Dreamer's Nook? I decided to grab it. And now we want what is this? Homemade food for 16. So you got to kind of decide. I mean, you can fill your quest log with all kinds of things. I thought that one was probably okay. Plus it added things to my list. This is the overview map of the world. Right now I'm in Candlewych Village, which is where the shops are, the first area that we can get to. So there's people walking by. I want to introduce ourselves. Herbert Lemon. No, you shall not go. No, indeed, your uncle told me to watch you, and watch you shall, Herbert. Okay. Your uncle told me to watch. Why are you watching me? Isaiah Green, No Repent Center. Oh dear. I'm not a center. You can see that the relationship there, it's got like a little purple diamond. That means it's neutral, present moment. I'm trying to let this one come past. There we go. Ash Brown. Ash Brown. He likes bugs a lot, apparently. So it was good to meet him. Good to see you. He's been really busy lately identifying various bugs. He has the collecting bug. Isn't that funny? So again, the verbiage and conversations with people can be really funny. And I'll slow down so you can reach some of this. You can go back and read some of it. And I hope you play the game too, but Ash Brown, okay. We're going to give him a gift. What should we give Ash? We don't know what he likes. 9 friendship points for a carrot. I'll take that. That's better than negative friendship points. So here's a secret. I heard Toby Jug likes pork chops. So when we say goodbye, it'll flash up, Toby Jug likes pork chops. So whoever Toby Jug is, he likes pork chops. Now we can see, we know a whole lot more people, and we can see their ages and our relationships with them. So this can help you keep track as you are increasing your relationships. And that's something that you really want to do. Ash Brown is 17 years old. We don't really know what he likes, but that's okay. We can do trial and error, or someone may tell us along the way. Hello, duck egg. Oh my goodness, that's just so funny. At some point, I mean, eventually we're going to get enough stuff to give more and more gifts away. At this point, I don't have a whole lot. This one looked like she had like something to do. I need a bunch of items, but I have no time to gather them. Could you help me out? And I decline it. It does not hurt your relationship to decline it. I did that because those kind of tasks generally are like, they want 30 and 40 of individual things, like 3 different things, and it's just too much at the start of the game. This is a mailbox, and Toby Jug likes carrots and pork chops. We learned that from talking with people. So you can give people gifts through the mailbox, and that can be really a time saver. Now, if you want to get information from them, like they want to tell you secrets and things like that, you actually need to talk to them. But for making friendship points, you can go to mailboxes and drop things off. So that can really speed up things if you're in a rush. I grabbed another dandelion there. And by the way, in real life, I love dandelions. I absolutely love dandelions. Oh, here's a goddess statue book. It tells you a little bit more about Goddess Day. And your calendar tells you when Goddess Day is, and you have to make an offering to them. And they either like it or dislike it. We'll learn more about that on Goddess Day when it's time that we actually have to do something. So you make offerings, and then you get benefits from those offerings. And we'll learn more about it when we get there. And I love it, they call it quillions. Do not bother. There's also, the statues also have fast travel on it, with apples as the price. So we'll see that eventually. It is a way to get around faster, but we got an awful long way to go. So we're going back to the farm, and we got what we were supposed to get. And let's see here. Oh, another one, dandelions. So here in the beginning especially, oh, look at that, a proverb about the pond lurker. So it gives you more information about the pond lurker, which is a fish. And we do have a task that we were supposed to go meet Twig, who's supposed to be north of the farm. And now we're in Dreamer's Nook in the area of the Vale. And these notes, Quillian notes, just little tips. Look, a map marker there, and mapped region. So now that they only had one there, we clicked on it and it opened up the entire map for us to see how big the area is and some of the places. So we see there's a pond here. And just kind of looking around here before I go talk to this Twig character. And look here, a binding band. Remember, we were supposed to find one, and we did. And now we're supposed to take it back to Arthur Brown. So we had picked up that task off the quest board. And fishing is a science, except science does not exist anymore. So fishing is not like a science at all. So some of this stuff is nonsensical, and it's just silly. Some of it's important. Don't forget to adhere to the proverbs. Some fish like rain. Interesting. And it's just so funny. Nonsensical, but also gives you tips. You got to read it. Some like rain, some like moonlight, some summer. Many will even flock to food if you have this correct skill. Hope these tips are helpful. Other books by author include Carpe Diem, Goldfish Code, The Doctor Who Fishes, Sharks, What Are They, and What is the Sea? 5-star fish quality or quantity. So again, that was a mixture of nonsensical as well as information that we need. And there's a dandelion. Hello, hello, you got my letter. My name's Twig, but you can call me Twig. Not sure why I got that name, probably because I look like a stick. Had a little help writing it, of course. Our dream pal, you know, he can do marvelous things. Wouldn't have made it to Master Fisher without his help. You know who I'm talking about, right? Mr. Fairweather. He's got big plans for you. That's why you and me have to become friends. First off, I'm going to teach you one of my fishing tricks. Just show me you can catch common as muck pond lurker. And he's going to give me a fishing rod. So we met Twig. He gives us a fishing rod. Twig is one of the skill masters. There are 5 skill masters in the game. Each one will teach you a skill and help you master it. I'm going to put the fishing rod in my number 1 spot there. And I'm going to go down to this pond that Twig mentioned, and I'm going to fish and try to find a pond lurker. And fishing is so much fun in this game. It is fairly easy, but there is some skill involved. And I picked up a weed skimmer. He wanted a pond lurker, so we're going to keep fishing. That's okay. There's one thing you can do is you can tap the F key. That was one of the instructions that were given. And some fish will come to the bobber if you do that, and some of them, it will scare them away. So the fish have different behaviors, and you have to kind of figure out, you know, whatever you're fishing for to help you get the fish to come to you. And as you can see, I'm tapping F over and over again, and that fish keeps going away from it. So it's like, come on. And you can what you do is you use your mouse key and you can hold it down and plop your bobber down in any particular area. That one went by, and again, I scared him off by hitting the F key, and there he is, a weed skimmer. You can also, if you get there he got him real quick, you can hit it right on top of them, and it sometimes will catch them immediately. So this guy, he liked the F key. It's basically making a ripple with your bobber. I think I caught all the fish that were in that pond. So I'm going to go back and talk to Twig because he wanted a pond lurker. No, I don't want. I don't want to keep throwing my fishing rod. I want to talk to Twig. Twig wanted a pond lurker. I have one. And you click it and it puts it in the little thing there. You click on whatever that little stone thing is, and now the trick to being a great fisherman or woman is to think like a fish. I call it method fishing because it was Billy Method who first gave me the idea. He couldn't get out of his room into the walls with a kind of glassy look. Oh, he likes to get into fish character. Okay. And that makes no sense really, but if you think about it, it kind of does. So now the next level, I need 2 different things. I need 5 weed skimmers, and I need 5 salmon. Now I had some whim skimmers because I already got them, right? So I can go ahead and give them to, I have 2 starred ones, but that's okay. I have no salmon, which is what I need. So 2 more of the whim skimmers, 5 salmon. And then the other one is these fish, which is silver scale pikes and river trout, and I have none of those. So when you are out fishing, you can check that list. I'm going up above Twig's area. There was a book here, Twig's torn out diary note. It's happening tonight's the night. Mr. F said we should meet. I'm a little scared, but I know I shouldn't be scared because what's there to be frightened of anyway? All the dreamers said it would turn out all right, and I believe it, Mr. F. Sorry. I'm going to apologize to you about that for quite a while until I learn to slow down enough to be able to read the books so that you can get the information. I just wanted to make sure I covered all of this whole area and I didn't miss any proverbs, which are notes that you see tucked here and there. Sometimes they're kind of hard to see because everything is so bright and sparkly. I see that one and I hardly saw it all. Looks like this is an area we're going to be able to go into. Looks like a little mine or something. Not sure. We'll find out. I was double checking to see. Did I see a fish over there? Oh, I saw a proverb. Cockadoo location, where the cockadoos can be found by tree stumps with blue flowers. So again, it's a tip on cockadoos, which are flowers. And so what I did there, and I'm sorry I didn't slow down and tell you, that proverb was out of reach. I couldn't reach it, but I could reach it with my fishing rod. So keep that in mind. You can reach all kinds of things with your fishing rod. Look at that. I hit right on top of that fish. So again, fishing is one of my favorite things to do. I love doing that in this game, and later on we will find how that plays into other things that I'm doing. So very, very easy, basic, easy. It's not anything too difficult. I scared that fish away. I'm sorry, come back. So look how he's frantically running away from me. Which doesn't make any sense because it's the same kind. It's a weed skimmer. Most of the weed skimmers came after me anyway. We can see that it's about 5 o'clock or a little after there. You can see like that dandelion is kind of sticking out a little bit further. Looks like everything's doing pretty good. And here's another fishing area. Whoops. Got another proverb, sugar plum location. All right. Again, you can go back and look at these later. This is like a little mining area. We don't have anything to mine with yet, but I wanted to pop in there and keep fishing this area here. I want to get all these fish that we can. And we can, at this point, we can sell them to make money, which we don't have much of when we first started. As you can see, I've only got 2. And the coin is called brass. So I got 2 brass is all I have. But if I take all these fish, I can sell them at the market, which we're going to need money. I keep seeing this fish over here. It's like, come over here. Ah, got him. Weed skimmer. As your experience continues, you can catch better quality fish and different kinds of fish. Also, the time of day, location, and weather all play into the different fish that you're going to be able to catch. I was kind of annoyed because I could still see the words above the different things. It was really annoying me because I know I turned that on by mistake. I just didn't know how to turn it off. But I will figure it out eventually. There's another little pond down here. I wanted to see if I could catch some of these fish. And again, I just want to get as many fish as I can, and it is a weed skimmer, 2-star. And a insured admiral flying by. There's all kinds of butterflies and flowers and birds and all kinds of things around. And you know, I don't know what all they have to do with the game yet. I'm just not sure. I also noticed that I didn't know what time it was, so I went down there and grabbed another dandelion, and it is 8 o'clock. And remember that children need to go to bed at 11. If you don't, you will fall asleep on the ground. I've done this, and I think you'll see it soon. It's like I don't pay attention. I don't know what time it is. I don't want to go to bed. So, yes, 11 to 6 is the children when they have to sleep. When you become an adult, you don't have to. So, but for now, children need their rest. I'm just standing there waiting. And now it's 9 o'clock. I've only got 2 hours. Come on. Come on, little fishy. Please come out and get on my fishing rod. I'm trying to get my skill up. And sometimes if you wait, they'll come around. This one is like, okay, grab on. All right. All right. There's only one more on the other side. And I just want as much as I could get so that I can get as much money as I can. Because we need money for things. Yeah, if we're going to be a farmer, we're going to need money for seeds. All what we had was the initial ones that we bought, and we already planted those. So eventually I like to have things planted because, get a sleepy feeling. So when it hits 10 o'clock, you get that warning that you're getting a sleepy feeling. So it means you've got 1 hour, in-game hour to get your butt to bed. So I came down here and I noticed really quickly that these bushes had fruits. Strawberries and blueberries were ready, and I wanted to grab them. So I went down and grabbed them real quick. And there's nothing on the trees, and it's good. It's like, okay, quick, go to bed. Oh, and Bill says, well done. You can use that bucket for a bunch of purposes. Go try it out. That thing will store more than just plain old water. So after I went to buy the bucket, I never came back and talked to Uncle Bill. And so he gave me a tip about the bucket and what it can hold. So we're going to set this for 6 a.m. and it sleeps and saves your game for you. So that's when it saves, supposedly. I get 1 brass waiting on my nightstand. I need to feed the pig, pick up a dandelion. We're up to 3 brass. Woohoo! So we chased our sibling down. Feels so good to be helping out, but I think the farm's been getting too much for him. So, okay. Yes, it is feel good to help out Uncle Bill. Uncle Bill, we need to start planting the seeds. You can buy seeds from the goods market on the festival green to the south of the village center. The market is there on the 3rd and 10th of the season. Here's 8 brass to get some seeds. And the that away. That is so important. Talk to him again because he still had an asterisk. After you pick up the seeds, feel free to explore for a while. The market only comes around once a week, so it's a good opportunity to try and sell anything you gather. Here's 5 for a game or 2 you can go on while you're down there. Be sure to be home before dark so we can plant those seeds. Okay, we can do that. So he gives us a few coins. Part of it is to buy seeds, and part of it is to play some games. So we have a little bit of an adventure on our hands today. So we need to buy seeds in the market, dandelion, feed the pig, and we can return that ring that we found. I didn't need to pick up a dandelion yet. You could see that I still have 2 dandelions showing on my clock, but I went ahead and picked it up anyway because I think they make great things to feed your pig. So because that makes poo, which you can put down as fertilizer. So anyway, I keep doing it I keep hitting the wrong key. You hit the right key, it will fill the bucket. There it goes. But you have to hold it down all the way, and I didn't do a very good job. It's kind of tricky to get used to it, but once you get it, you get it. So you can see I've already fertilized that first 4 batch there. And we're going to go fertilize this area over here because we're getting ready to plant. We're going to go buy some seeds. So, I think I could have gone back to the pig again and given him another dandelion. I think he would have given us some more poo. So that's how you can fill up your garden with fertilizer. So, anyway, let's go off on our adventure. So go ahead and pick the dandelion. We'll use it. We only have 1 dandelion shown on our clock, one that goes away. We can either find another one on the ground, like planted right there, or the ones that we have in our inventory, we can drop one on the ground, pick it up, and it fills our clock back up. So let's see. I need to go find Arthur. And I need to find him. I'm going to click on Set That-er-way and also buy seeds from the market. So I picked the that-er-way for the market first. You can see the little sparklies. That's the little fairies showing to go that-er-way, i.e. that-away. So, again, some of the verbiage and the words and the text in this game is so daggone funny. I needed to show my clock again. There we go. Where am I going? It's saying, that-er-way. I just think that's cute. Oh, I saw somebody I hadn't introduced myself to yet. Melanie Jug. And that was a very quick introduction. And I found a book called I Pee Everywhere. Oh my gosh. Too funny. I have not figured out if there is a true purpose for the outhouses in this game. I just don't know yet. I haven't looked into it, but it was just funny. I thought, oh, a proverb. Squirrel. And it was a candy squirrel. That was complete coincidence. I swear to you. I did not know that that was going to say candy squirrel, and I said squirrel. So I amused the heck out of myself. Okay, so the little fairy things are telling us different things to look at. One is this goddess statue. And you can read that later because I'm sure I'm not going to have it long enough for me to read it to you. And it's talking about the offerings to the goddess that we'll have to do soon. And it explains it in detail, plus your uncle will tell you about it too. And let's see what else. All right, here's the seed person. What do we got here? Cabbage seeds. All right, so we completed the task. We can buy more if we have the money, or we can sell stuff. And I decide to sell stuff. I want to be open for 1 hour, and it cost me 1 brass for that. I think I'm going to sell one of my fish here. I know I don't need pond lurkers because I already gave those to Twig. So I'm going to set my price at 2 each. So I'm going to be selling at 2 each for 1 hour. So far my profit is -1. And you can see people start coming by the stand and they're buying, and you can see my profits going up. And there we go. So we sold, and I've got 5 profit. So that's cool. And I've got 30 more minutes to go. So in the game actually it's seconds, but it's 1 hour is 60 seconds, I guess. And as you can see, the time is going on. Right, here goes my next dandelion. So now it is 10 a.m. I got 10 more seconds to go. I've made a little bit of brass from selling pond lurkers. That is one way you can sell, is to go to this market here and sell things. I've got to go see Arthur Brown. I'm going to set the that away on that and figure out where Arthur Brown is. You remember that our uncle gave us enough money we could play games, and I don't know. I don't want to play any games. I'd rather buy more seeds. So now I have 8 seeds to plant. So that was my thing that I wanted to do. I could have played the games down. I've played some of them. Look at this, wheat seeds. I think I'm going to buy some more. So now we have 4 more seeds. So that's cool. I'd rather have the seeds than playing the games. I've played a few of them. There's like a pig racing game, and I don't know what all else. They're okay, I guess. You don't really get much other than the entertainment value. It's like, okay, where is Arthur Brown? I want to return his binding rings, I think it is, that we found. Oh, another proverb. And look at this. I think that is Arthur Brown right there. So I was waiting for him to get on the other side of the where I need to go, and he wasn't there. Like, well, where did he go? Was he back on the other screen? No. It's like, okay, where's Arthur Brown? No, I don't need anything. So I hit my that away again, which is the F1 key on the keyboard. And it says, follow this way. Okay. Oh, and then there's something else to pick up. That is a blood few. We need those. Oh, and there's somebody we haven't met yet. Who is that? That's old Jacob. Hush, you hear that? The dead around these parts like to whisper me. Jacob, they say, we're here and we're watching you. It's true. They're from ancient times where people got put in the ground. They were cursed. See, because they didn't believe in the goddess, worship the male god. You believe that? A male god. Hush, I think I hear them whispering again. Uh-oh. So that's old Jacob. And it says to go this way to find Arthur Brown. Now, if you hit it and you get lost, like you're not sure where you're headed, you can hit it again, which is what I just did, and it said to continue on this way. So that is a super, super, super useful tool. If you're not sure where you're going, and you especially when you first start out. And it said to come here. It's like, okay. And then I realized Arthur Brown is actually here. So I'm going to introduce myself to Arthur Brown. And his conversations are hilarious. You should definitely read this. Oh my gosh, too fun. He's funny. He is a spaced out dude. It's like, okay, not sure what he was into, but he's really spacey. So you click on gift and task, and the task is the one I want for. Binding band is what he wanted, and it will increase by 10 friend points by 10. And thank you, he says. Very, very nice. He also has a task. He wants me to cook something. I think I'm going to think about it. I'm going to decline because I really can't do much yet. I'm still a kid. I don't know anything. So that's why I decided to decline it, and it doesn't hurt our relationship to decline a task. And I kind of popped into their house for a quick second. You can go out the back door. That's the Brown family. And up here is an abandoned house, it looked like, but it wouldn't let me take any stuff. Like, I really wanted the stuff. Already met that lady. Again, the people with the large goldish stars on their heads, that's the ones that I haven't met yet. So I want to make sure I get around to meeting everybody in this town. So, all right, got ourselves another pond lurker. Like, come on, guys, grab on. I haven't figured out why some of them will shy away from the ripple, and some of them like it. And it doesn't seem to be a particular kind of fish. All right, pond lurker. All right, and that one I landed right on the fish. Some of these hard to catch fish, that is the way to catch it, is you get right on them. And I grabbed a dandelion that was there. So, all right, well, there's some more fish over here. What time is it? It looks like it's 1 p.m. So we got time. Oh, yes. Ooh, a cointail. That's a fish we haven't caught yet. And this is kind of bounced off the bank and then fell into the water. But yeah, we'll get those cointails. Cointails are more valuable than the common fish we've been catching. Oh, look at that. Who's that? Ginger Nut. Apparently, I don't know, maybe a younger person? No, she's just saying it's nice to have young people around. And she's got a daughter, apparently. Again, if you read some of this stuff, it's just too fun. This conversation with Ginger Nut is hilarious. Oh my gosh. Daughter blamed her for the death, and she ran on with the wanderer. Okay. So it's just too funny. So we'll get to those. We'll get to reading those more. So now I want to see what I want to sell. I have got, again, I wanted to double check and see my skills and go to fishing tab, and I need 2 weed skimmers, and I've got plenty of those. And the other one, we don't have any of the fish. They were silver scale pikes and river trouts, which we don't have any of in our inventory. So what I was checking to see, what can I sell? We don't have any salmon, so I need 2 weed skimmers, and I can sell all the rest. So I was thinking, okay, we need money more than anything else. I see no reason to hang on to these things. I'd rather sell them. I can sell them for 1 each, and I have 2 of them, so I increased it to 2, sell 2 at 1 each. And it sells them immediately. So again, I can sell 2. I'm going to put up 2. Yep. And that's the maximum, because that's all I have is just 2 of the 1 star. Now I have 2 of the 2 star too. And these, I decided I want to sell all but what I needed, which was 2. So let's see. We want to sell 6. You can see the store funds. They only have a certain amount of funds per day. I think it's like 25. So when you sell something, you can only sell 25 worth at this store. There's other stores that you'll come across as we open up more areas of the map. Look at that. Jed's grumpy. He already has a negative relationship, and we didn't do anything. So some of these families, like the Scrumpy family, they're really grumpy apparently. So Billy Crow, for some reason we've got a negative relationship with Billy Crow, so we're really going to have to work at those to get those up. So let's see, we're up to 17 brass, and we actually, that's way more than we started the day with, and we bought a whole bunch of seeds to plant. And our Uncle Bill said to get home before dark. It is 3 p.m., going on 4 p.m., and we've got plenty of time where we can get home and plant the seeds that we bought today. As you progress in the game, you will be able to get more in different kinds of seeds, and you need more in different kinds. I hit the that away button by accident. I was trying to put my fishing rod away, and I hit the wrong key. Sorry about that. So there's Uncle Bill. Hey there, Uncle Bill. Talk to me. Beautiful seeds. Now go see if you can find how good it is to watch something you placed. Just stick in the soil and give them a good soak. Goodbye. So he told us what to do with the seeds. Oh, I just want to give him a gift. I'm really trying to get our friendship level to full hearts. And I wasn't sure what to give him. I don't know that it matters. I got plenty of time. Look at that. All right. Getting very, very close. Acceptable. Here's a secret for you. I heard Melanie Jug likes gooseberry pie. So now we know Melanie Jug likes gooseberry pie. We can't make it or know where to get it, but now we know that. Yes, I know about the watering can. If you just get out of the way. Goodbye, sibling. It's like, okay. And I accidentally keep clipping on her. She's in my way. Like, okay, what are we going to plant? So we've got 12 seeds. It's like, okay, I'll just go here while you get out of my way. All right. Get out of the way. What I'm planting up top here is the wheat. And you click on your watering can. Your watering can never needs to be filled. Some things don't have to be watered every day. Some things do. We do get a lot of rainy days, so that's helpful. So we're just planting away. You can see when these things need to be watered, so it has a little curved watering indicator there. And sometimes you can stand right in between. If you hit the right spot, you can water all 4 at once. I never do get lucky. It seems like I have to water 1 at a time or 2 at a time, but I think that's just experience. I haven't had a whole lot of experience yet. So there I went on the right-hand side, and I was able to get those 2 and do these 2 over here. Again, the watering can never needs to be filled, and you do need to water some of these plants every day. So I got my plants watered, so good. And I saw that our trees were able to be harvested again. I want to not miss those. You need so much fruit and stuff, even if you just sell it. But eventually you're going to need it for baking and cooking and things. So you want to make sure you get them when you can. And let's see, it is 6 p.m. And I thought maybe I'll come over to this little pond over here and fish up this pond. I love to fish up these ponds empty. It's like, these are my free fish on my farm. And they do change from time to time for various reasons. There's a little green thing that's showing my fishing skill and how far my fishing skill has gone. And it's going up. And that's one of the skills that I'll keep working on because, like I've mentioned many times so far, I like the fishing in this game. It's pretty easy. Maybe that's why I like it. I don't know. I decided to come up into the Dreamer's Nook and fish the other little pond there. I do want to mention while I'm doing that I am not a professional a professional sound engineer. So occasionally you're going to hear noises in the background. I try to minimize it, but I've got 2 very old long-haired Siamese cats. They're 13 now, and sometimes they're going to cry. Right now I've got one sitting next to me, and he's playing with a very noisy toy that he got for Christmas, not from me. So it's making a crinkly sound. So occasionally you're going to hear things like that. My son is a professional sound engineer, and he would just cringe, I'm sure, if he was listening to this. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm not a professional, but I'll do the best I can so as not to have annoying sounds, because I've watched some YouTubers that they are excessively annoying background noise, so I try not to do that. So I think I got all the fish in this pond, I'm pretty sure. And I thought I'd go ahead and see Twig. If I can get facing him in the right direction, because he wants these weed skimmers, and I was able to get enough to finish that thing anyway. So all I need now is the salmon for gift items to the master, and those I have none of them yet. So those skills are still locked, and we'll get them unlocked as we go. Again, he is one of the skill masters. We'll meet more of them as we go along. I happen to see in the dark over there sparkling. And someone has mentioned this before, that it's easier to see the proverbs in the books because they sparkle better at night. I was looking to see if I had any more tasks. I definitely don't. It's the 3rd day of summer. And looking at the map, again, just kind of showing you what these different things are. I'm still 13 years old. And look at the books. I remember I said they stay in your inventory. This is when you can go back to them. Some are nonsense books, some are useful books. So again, that right angle had some fishing information, so you can refer back to them. This becomes very, very useful later on when you're trying to find out about a particular item that you're looking for. There may be a book on it in your inventory that can give you tips. So again, if you don't want to go to wikis and things like that, there's lots of information within the game to help you with what you're doing. So I have no idea what time it is, and I wanted to come over here. It's after dark, And this little bush over here has what's called a nightberry. It only sprouts at night, and I think it's after 9 p.m. And they only are there, I think, certain times of the year. So to be able to get the nightberries, you need to come over there and grab it when it's time to grab it, which is after 9 p.m. at night. And at the present moment, I have no idea what time it is. So I thought, let's kind of maybe go grab a dandelion. I was looking for one. And the other thing I wanted to do, these tabs, a lot of people say these tabs are kind of funky, and they are, trying to find things. I was looking for my tin bucket, and so I had to kind of click through and find what I was looking for. I've equipped it. You can see that the number 2 is up, so that is currently equipped, and I wanted to gather some honey. So I did. I just gathered some honey. So you can see my bucket went from empty to now having honey in it. And it looks like it must be 10 o'clock because that's when it says you're getting sleepy. I also noticed that there's fruits on the bushes. Let's go grab these fruits real quick. Hopefully I can make it before bedtime because I just want to kind of make the most of my day. You can't put things, it's called a lauder. You can't put things in there yet. Oh, I want to talk to Uncle real quick. Beautiful seeds. Now you can see how good it feels to watch something you've planted yourself grow. And so he kind of repeated what he said earlier. Put them in the ground, water them. Let's see if we can get in bed in time. Whew, I think we just made it. Sleep till 6 a.m. and it saves our game. And that's going to be a really good place for us to stop this episode. I hope you will continue on with me on this journey. I promise I'll get better as we go along. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. It helps YouTube like me better, and it lets me know I'm doing something that other people find valuable. Thank you so much again, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.